What's up, Wrestling Verse family? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you all the action, all the drama, and all the shocking moments from the world of WWE. If you're not already subscribed, hit that button right now and turn on those notifications because what happened on Smackdown tonight is absolutely crazy and you need to stay updated. Tonight on Smackdown, we witnessed one of the most vicious and unexpected backstage attacks in recent memory. Solo Sikoa, the enforcer of the Bloodline, just absolutely destroyed Rey Fenix in a brutal assault that has left the WWE Universe stunned and Rey Fenix's status completely uncertain. This attack came out of nowhere, it was savage, it was personal, and it's going to have major ramifications for both SmackDown and the entire WWE landscape. So stick with me because we're breaking down every single detail of what went down, why it happened, and what this means going forward. Let's dive in. Alright, let's set the scene for what went down backstage at SmackDown. Rey Fenix, one half of the incredible Lucha Brothers tag team, was backstage in the hallway area, walking toward the locker room after a segment earlier in the night. He was minding his own business, probably thinking about his upcoming matches, when suddenly Solo Sikoa appeared from around the corner. There was no warning, no confrontation, no words exchanged. Solo just attacked with immediate and devastating force. The first strike caught Rey Fenix completely off guard, and from that moment on, it was absolute chaos. Solo wasn't just attacking. He was trying to send a message, and that message was delivered with brutal efficiency. Solo grabbed Rey Fenix and threw him violently into the concrete wall. The impact was sickening, and you could hear it echo through the backstage area. Fenix tried to fight back, tried to use his incredible speed and agility to escape, but Solo was relentless. He cut off every escape attempt and continued the punishment. The Samoan Spike, Solo's devastating finisher, was delivered multiple times during the attack. Each one more vicious than the last. Rey Fenix was being systematically destroyed by one of the most dangerous men in WWE. The sound of the strikes, the force of the blows, everything about this attack was intense and brutal. Solo then grabbed Rey Fenix and slammed him through an equipment crate. Pieces of the crate exploded everywhere as Fenix crashed through it. Production equipment went flying, monitors were knocked over, and the entire backstage area became a war zone. This wasn't just an attack, it was complete destruction. Security and WWE officials rushed to the scene trying to pull Solo off of Rey Fenix, but Solo fought through them like they weren't even there. He shoved officials aside, ignored their commands to stop, and continued his assault. It took multiple security personnel to finally restrain the enforcer and drag him away from the scene. By the time the attack was over, Rey Fenix was left lying in the wreckage, barely moving. Medical personnel immediately surrounded him, checking for injuries and trying to stabilize him. The concern on their faces was evident. This was serious. Cameras captured paramedics calling for additional help as they carefully attended to the injured superstar. The backstage area was in complete chaos. Wrestlers came out of their locker rooms to see what was happening. Some were shocked, others were angry, and everyone was talking about the brutality they had just witnessed. The atmosphere backstage immediately shifted from normal to tense and dangerous. Now let's talk about why this attack happened. To understand the motivation, we need to look at the recent history between Solo Sikoa, the Bloodline, and the rising stars who have been challenging their dominance. Rey Fenix and his brother Penta have been making waves since arriving in WWE, and they've been vocal about wanting to take down the Bloodline. Just weeks ago, Rey Fenix cut a promo calling out the Bloodline and specifically Solo Sikoa. He talked about how the Bloodline's reign of terror needed to end, how new blood needed to take over, and how he and his brother were ready to be the ones to do it. Those words clearly didn't sit well with the enforcer. Solo Sikoa has made it his mission to protect the Bloodline's interests and eliminate any threats to their dominance. He's the enforcer for a reason. He handles problems, he sends messages, and he makes examples out of people who disrespect his family. Rey Fenix became the latest target of Solo's enforcement tactics. There's also the element of proving a point. The Lucha Brothers represent a different style of wrestling. High-flying, fast-paced, innovative. Some might say they represent the future. The Bloodline, with their power-based Samoan wrestling style, represent tradition and dominance. This attack was Solo showing that power will always triumph over speed. Let's talk about who Solo Sikoa is and why this attack is so significant. Solo is the youngest member of the legendary Anoa family, following in the footsteps of his brothers the Usos, his cousin Roman Reigns, and countless other legendary family members. But Solo has carved out his own identity as the enforcer. Since joining the bloodline, Solo has been the muscle, the one who does the dirty work, the one who handles business when words aren't enough. He doesn't talk much, he doesn't need elaborate promos, he lets his actions speak for him. And his actions are always devastating, brutal, and effective. Solo's in-ring style is a perfect blend of Samoan tradition and modern brutality. He's incredibly powerful, deceptively quick for his size, and absolutely ruthless. The Samoan spike is one of the most protected finishes in WWE because when Solo hits it, people stay down. Very few have kicked out of that move, and for good reason. His role in the bloodline has evolved from just being muscle to being a legitimate threat in his own right. Solo has shown that he can hang with anyone in WWE, that he can win championships, and that he demands respect. This attack on Rey Fenix is just the latest example of Solo establishing his dominance. Now let's talk about Rey Fenix and what this attack means for him. Rey Fenix is one of the most exciting and innovative wrestlers in the world. His combination of lucha libre technique, aerial ability, and fearless approach to wrestling has made him a fan favorite everywhere he's competed. Since arriving in WWE alongside his brother Penta, Rey Fenix has been turning heads and dropping jaws with his incredible performances. His matches are must-see television because you never know what death-defying move he's going to pull out. He's the kind of wrestler who makes everyone in the arena stand up and pay attention. But now, after this brutal attack, Rey Fenix's immediate future is uncertain. The injuries he sustained could sideline him for weeks or even months depending on their severity. This is a massive blow not just to Rey personally, but to the tag team division and to fans who love watching him perform. The attack also creates a situation where the Lucha Brothers will want revenge. Penta is not going to sit idly by while his brother is in the hospital. The bond between these brothers is unbreakable, and you can bet that Penta will be looking to make Solo Sikoa pay for what he did. This could spark a war between the Lucha Brothers and the Bloodline. The WWE Universe's reaction to this attack has been intense. Social media exploded immediately after the footage aired. Fans were expressing shock, anger, and concern for Rey Fenix's well-being. Many were calling for Solo to be suspended or face serious consequences. The discussion has been non-stop since it happened. Some fans are praising Solo for being a legitimate heel who actually makes you hate him. In an era where it's sometimes hard to get genuine heat, Solo has managed to make people legitimately angry with his actions. That's the sign of effective heel work, making people want to see you get your comeuppance. Other fans are concerned about the violence level and whether WWE is pushing things too far. There's always a balance between creating compelling, edgy content and going overboard. Some feel this attack crossed the line, while others believe it's exactly the kind of intense storytelling that makes wrestling exciting. Fellow WWE superstars have been reacting backstage and on social media. Many have expressed concern for Rey Fenix and wished him a speedy recovery. Some have called out Solo Sikoa for his actions. Others, particularly those aligned with the bloodline, have defended Solo, saying he was just handling business and sending a message. The tag team division on Smackdown is particularly affected by this attack. Rey Fenix and Penta were positioned as potential challengers for tag team championships. With Rey potentially out of action, that throws a wrench into those plans. Other teams might see this as an opportunity to move up the ranks in Rey's absence. From a storyline perspective, this attack creates incredible possibilities. When Rey Fenix returns, and he will return, the revenge storyline writes itself. A match between Solo Sikoa and Rey Fenix would be a fascinating clash of styles. Solo's power versus Rey's speed and agility. It would be must-see television. There's also the potential for a bigger feud between the Bloodline and the Lucha Brothers as a unit. Imagine Penta and a recovered Rey Fenix taking on Solo and another Bloodline member. The matches would be incredible, the promos would be intense, and the storyline would captivate audiences for months. Nick Aldis, the Smackdown general manager, will have to address this situation. Does he suspend Solo for his actions? Does he fine him? Or does he recognize that sometimes you have to let these rivalries play out? How management handles the aftermath will be crucial to the story moving forward. The bloodline as a whole benefits from Solo's actions. This attack reinforces their position as the most dominant and dangerous faction in WWE. It sends a message to everyone else on the roster: challenge the bloodline at your own risk. Nobody is safe from their wrath. However, it also paints a bigger target on their backs. Every attack they carry out creates more enemies, more people wanting revenge, more potential challengers. Eventually, the numbers game could catch up with them. The question is whether anyone is brave enough or strong enough to stand against them. The production and presentation of this attack was excellent. The camera work captured the brutality without being gratuitous. The sound design made every impact feel real and impactful. The reactions of nearby wrestlers and officials added authenticity to the moment. WWE's production team continues to excel at making these moments feel important. This attack also demonstrates WWE's commitment to creating unpredictable television. In an age where fans can often predict what's going to happen, moments like this catch people off guard. Nobody saw this attack coming, and that element of surprise is what keeps fans tuning in week after week. The timing of this attack is also strategic. It happens at a point where the bloodline needed to reassert their dominance. With various challengers rising up and questioning their authority, Solo taking out one of those challengers sends a clear message: the bloodline is still in control, and they're not going anywhere. Looking at the historical context, backstage attacks have always been a staple of wrestling storytelling. From the Attitude Era to today, these moments create heat, build anticipation for revenge, and give wrestlers time off if needed. This attack fits perfectly into that tradition while feeling fresh and relevant. The injury angle also allows for flexibility. If Rey Fenix needs time off for any reason, injury, personal matters, or creative having nothing for him, this attack provides the perfect storyline explanation. When he returns, he's got built-in motivation and a ready-made feud waiting for him. For Solo Sikoa, this attack further establishes him as a legitimate solo star, not just a member of the bloodline. He's showing that he can carry storylines, create moments, and be a focal point of programming. This is important for his long-term career trajectory and potential as a future main eventer. The attack also raises questions about where the bloodline goes from here. Are they going to target more rising stars? Will they focus on championship pursuits? Or will they have to deal with the fallout and potential revenge from those they've wronged? The storytelling possibilities are endless. What's particularly effective about this attack is that it feels consequential. Too often in wrestling, attacks happen and then are quickly forgotten. This one feels like it matters, like it's going to have lasting implications, like it's going to change the trajectory of multiple careers. That's the kind of storytelling that creates investment. The medical update on Rey Fenix will be crucial for determining how this story progresses. If he's out for just a few weeks, the revenge can come quickly. If it's a longer absence, the anticipation builds and the eventual confrontation becomes even more significant. Either way, WWE has options. Alright, Wrestling vs. Family, that's the complete breakdown of Solo Sikoa's brutal backstage attack on Rey Fenix on Smackdown. This is the kind of moment that changes the direction of programming and creates storylines that fans will follow for months. Now I need to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of Solo's attack? Do you think it was justified or did he go too far? What should happen to Solo? What do you want to see when Rey Fenix returns? Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on all the fallout from this attack, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm show our content to more wrestling fans. And if you're not subscribed to Wrestling vs. CC, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. Share this video with your wrestling friends so everyone can discuss this shocking attack. Let's get the entire wrestling community talking about what Solo Sikoa just did. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling vs. Family. This story is just beginning, and we'll be covering every development right here on the channel. Until next time, stay passionate, stay engaged, and keep being the best wrestling fans in the world. Peace.